what else is in that tab that I haven't watched? What's this one? What the hell is this?
So, this is E.Y.E Divine Cybermancy? How do I even start this? I've heard people call this game inaccessible, but that doesn't seem like enough. Mechanically, this is a pretty complex game. E.Y.E comes with 23 tutorial videos, but you can still get lost. That's already kind of rough, but it also comes with one of the strangest plots I've ever seen in a game.
What the fuck is it?
Things are about to get weird.
Oh, I can feel the weirdness right now. Hey, we have an intro this time. If I remember correctly, I don't remember.
I've gotten a ton of requests to do a Divine Cybermancy video, and I was already familiar with it, but I can safely say that I appreciate it much more now. I've heard people
damn,
call it a Warhammer ripoff, which
out.
is true, but there's more to it than that. Plus, the company admits it's inspired by Warhammer and other titles, and they went on to make a Warhammer game. E.Y.E is based off a tabletop game called Ava. You probably haven't played it. It might not even exist. This is because the developers made it, and I think only they've played it. Supposedly, it might have been some weird homebrew version of Deathwatch.
That sounds about right. Sure. That sounds about right.
What I do know is that the studio made a mod called Syndicate.
They imagine the devs originally just want to make them for themselves, and then they went, you know what, just put it on Steam and see how it goes, and then everyone plays it like, oh, I was not familiar with your games, gamers.
Black Ops for Half-Life 1. So they took the lessons they learned, moved over to Source, and made a new game called E.Y.E Divine Cybermancy.
Hey.
It's a first-person shooter sci-fi role-playing game. After you've played E.Y.E, that sounds a little too simple for what it is. Love it or hate it, I think if you've played it, you can agree that there's nothing quite like it out there. Let's start with the visuals. It's very clearly a Source game.
Yep.
It looks and feels like a Half-Life 2 total conversion mod that went out of
does.
control. And seeing as
like
how
with the blood. Oh my
game,
god, the weapon splatter as well. Like the sparkles from like the gun shooting an enemy. The way it splatter is like so
might be pretty close to the truth. Regardless, this
from
came
like
out in
Half-Life or
2011
TF2.
and it was outdated looking even then. So on a technical level, this looks bad, but that changes up when you factor in art direction. A lot of these character designs are outright inspired. The faction you're a part of has some really interesting designs. It really feels like they're doing their own thing here and put a lot of thought into how these guys would look. But this doesn't exactly extend to the enemies. Almost all of them look and feel like a derivative of something you've seen before.
Oh shit, it does.
That seems to be a homage to
I don't know what that motherfucker is, so.
Formed enemies in these stone hallways. I mentioned they made a Space Hulk game, right? So they're not winning any points for originality here, but I'm not sure that they care.
Jesus fucking Christ, what gun is that?
Why your species is bad. The story is really something, but we'll get
Listen,
to that
I don't care about nature. I'm doing my
also
damn
have a
job.
strange quality divide. Some look like classic cyberpunk art with big flashing neon signs.
Oh my
and bright
god,
lights,
there's a
and they
Chinese
usually
place.
contrast a dark or dirty
Mega
looking
kebab.
city. Everyone wants you to buy a gun, a burger, or a prostitute.
Oh,
Even though the
whoa.
game takes place in the far
Take me
future of
there.
the solar system, Americans will feel right at home.
come
If
on.
that sounds too fancy for you, you can enjoy these surrealist hellscapes instead. However, a lot of the maps are just downright bland. They don't feel like actual areas, along with the fact that a lot of them are covered in fog. I don't know if this is to make it easier in the engine or what, but it feels like Morrowind. These maps are also huge. Normally this would be a good thing, but in the case of E.Y.E, it doesn't work out so well. The tighter maps have a lot more detail and look way better visually.
Ooh.
The rest of my map issues are gameplay related.
No, it still looks kind of shit
for now,
too.
I'm gonna give the rundown on the story. I'll save spoiler stuff for the end of the video.
Oh my
so no
god.
worries. You start the game inside of a dream, commenting that you killed your mentor, but you are not his murderer. Before you know what's happening, you wake up and
that motherfucker's face is so creepy. I see your future. I see your light.
your mentor, but you are not his murderer. Before you know what's happening, you wake up in a cave. Apparently, you were defeated during a mission, and you now have amnesia. When you get back to your headquarters, your mentor is alive. He doesn't explain it.
Must have been the win then. Did he went to the past? Did he went back to the past? I feel like he went back to the past.
Ton about what's going on. Your personal servo skull has a message for you from yourself. You explained that Commander Rimina had sent you on a mission, and that this could happen. Listening to the message from yourself and then talking to the commander gives you a general idea of what's happening. But he says if your memory is fuzzy...
Is that from the... So right now it's from the future or from the... I don't...
You could go to the archives and catch up on the history. That seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the library was a good idea. There's a story about Shinji in his dungeon, but the background lore is a little bit harder to get to. It also says you shot your mentor, even though you just talked to him, and the commander was talking about him. So what's going on?
Yeah. Illusion, maybe? Illusion? High on meth, you know? Mushroom.
Well, the first thing you should know is that this game is not in its native language. It's a French game, and not the best translation. The big positive is that this makes the dialogue incredibly entertaining. This leads into having some pretty unforgettable conversations.
You corrupt
when someone
pig.
insults you by calling you the messiah of rodents, you don't forget it. Or threatening to rip off someone's face and wear it as a moron party mask. It gives the game a lot of charm, but for the story it's a nightmare. This clip is a good example of what I'm talking about. A character talks about how you—
What the fuck is that thing in the corner left? Go to sleep, go to sleep. But yeah, I'm reacting to like a video that my community suggested that they want me to watch for a long time. It's a game about apparently you die, you kill your mentor, and now you go back in time or in the future because you have a message of yourself in the past that talking to you in the future. And now this newspapers of you killing your mentor, but you just talk to your mentor in the game. So I don't know what's going on, but we'll see. But hello Red, hello CEO, I hope you guys having a great day.
Don't make sense. Most people just think it's bad translation. The history was scattered and inconsistent, but here's what I got from it. Space exploration was going great up until the year 2116. The next 300 years are a blur. At some point, Mars declared independence and waged war against humanity.
Hello, E.Y.E. How are you doing, E.Y.E.? I hope you're having a great day, E.Y.E.
Demons are real. Fighting the Space Confederacy and
hold on,
Satan,
I need to watch this because I want to watch it.
The Federation, but the private sector was still worried about the demons. So some big companies created the Secreta Secretorum, and in turn, they created E.Y.E. No one knows what it stands for. It was lost in time or something.
Some mind is
their
this.
sole mission is to fight off demons. Because the Federation rules with an iron fist and the companies want more power, they launch a coup against them, but it fails. At
No,
the same time, there are two
put that gun
factions
down.
within E.Y.E, the Culters and the GN. They've been waging a minor civil war on each other. Your mentor wants to bring the two sides together and focus on fighting the Federation and the demons. The commander just wants to exterminate the GN. The game drops you off in the middle of this, and this is behind levels of intentional incoherence and bad translation. So if someone picked this paying attention, you can get lost quickly and easily. Stuff like the holy CVS receipts are never explained. So let's get right into the gameplay. Right off the bat, I'll say the ceiling of fun you could have in this game is higher than games like Deus Ex. At least when it comes to
looks
how
pretty
broken
fun.
you can make yourself. You can turn people to monsters, throw cars, turn invisible, create armies of yourself, hack into people's brains and turn them into a puppet. You can even teleport inside of an enemy and blow them up. And that's not even everything. But this is a role-playing game, so you will have to earn it. Here's how character building works.
Yeah,
when you first fire up a game, you have 3 genes to choose from. Each one affects a different stat.
Gene?
Some might give high bonuses to one.
You get genes? Oh, that's kind of unique, no? You love my outfit? Thank you. This is my comfy outfit that I'm gonna have on tea later on. I have this for a long time. I just never wore it. I just never wear it just because I'm too fucking lazy to do it, huh? I'm too fucking lazy. I didn't moan. I think I coughed or stretch or something. I don't remember.
Give penalties to another. So when you roll, you can
make that make sense, Red.
Or you can just put them all in the meta gene. Then you roll until you're pretty overpowered. Even if you start with a high stat character, you still have mountains to go. You get experience by killing enemies or doing missions, and then when you level up, you can spend ability points. That's not groundbreaking, but that's not all there is. If you've played E.Y.E, you know what I have to talk about here. For just about everything you do, you get a currency, but it's not credits. It's bruise off. If I mangled that pronunciation, I apologize. I used to be under the impression that it was just a weird sci-fi currency they made up, but after I actually googled it, it turns out it's an obscure French slang for money. That took me by surprise. The thing is, there's a world of wonderful things
Let me get some bruise off.
If you have enough money, you can open up your character menu at any time and buy a cybernetic upgrade.
You can upgrade your heart, your inner pump, your what the? This is very complex.
But anyway, you can
this is highly complex. It's so fun. It looks so fun though.
You can use your money in the temple headquarters to buy new psychic powers, cybernetic powers,
or
new weapons.
The force!
All these items usually come with stat requirements, so you can't buy them all.
Someone do Deku Cabbage? No, later. Save it for later, guys, when I'm at the tea party.
They might also need research. E.Y.E uses a very similar system to the original XCOM. When you kill an enemy, they have a random chance of dropping a briefcase. These cases have research items, so you want to grab as many as you can. Research costs bruise often happens in the background, but you can spend more money to assign more scientists to speed up the process. This does have a few catches. First, what you get is completely random, even though some enemies are known to have higher drop chances for loot. The issue with this is that some research requires other research. The game has an entire tech tree. On top of this,
Jesus, what the fuck am I looking at?
I don't mean tiny bonuses, I mean they do literally nothing. And you can't really tell which research is going to be junk. So don't spend all of your money on one research. There's only a few useless
Use
ones,
it
but
wisely.
something to
Use
keep
it
in mind.
wisely. Okay,
It does
okay.
incentivize playing the game
I might
longer,
have
since there's some pretty powerful
this
endgame
game on
researches
my
you can
on my
get.
back
Most of the
line
really devastating weapons
to play
need them,
alone.
but
It
having
looks
them be
fun
from
as fuck.
pure RNG is kind of annoying. The max
No.
character level is 120, and there are tons of powers and
No,
weapons to
Yowie, I
unlock.
can't.
So this variety seems good. How's the gameplay? Well, if you like the original
Mm-hmm.
Deus Ex, you'll feel somewhat at home. It's nowhere near as intricate, but it is familiar.
Oh.
Let me explain. You usually have multiple methods for accomplishing a mission. If you're assigned to
Kill
assassinate
it.
someone, you could just go and kill them from a window, but you can try a more subtle approach. How about convincing someone to do it for you? How about hacking a security system and turning it against them? What if you just hack someone's cyber brain, control them like a puppet, and then send them out to do the murder?
Whoa. Okay, I thought there's like other options, like you either killed them very stealthily, or like through a window, like he said, or like rush in and kill him, or like do like a very sneak and kill every single one and then kill him in his sleep or something. I didn't know you can like mind manipulate people and then just hire people to do it, and then all this. This is crazy. This is crazy. No, Yowie, you have to redeem it. Later. If you want to, I'll do it later.
You have a ton of freedom in how you can do things.
Oh
With
my
a catch.
goodness.
No matter how you conduct a mission, it won't really affect the story. The only exception is one planet where you can choose one of 3 paths to go on. These lead to maps which are exclusive to your decision, but other than that, it doesn't happen anywhere else. So if you like RPGs with big decisions and story effects, that doesn't really happen here.
That's so
It makes up for this with all the side quests.
But it's so
that offers
fun,
the
though.
main storyline. As
So
you
fun to
progress, you
see.
can unlock new areas in the temple and then go back to areas or visit new ones. These will give you a bunch of plotless side objectives. So they're ultimately for farming and having fun, not more story content. It has an
Oh.
insane plot, but the game is okay with you ignoring it. Even the difficulty settings kind of hint at this. You can crank up how challenging the enemies are, and even their spawn rates. The payoff is you get more XP and boost
Oh,
off when you
what the
kill them.
fuck?
In fact, even with a cloak, stealth is pretty hard in this game. You can dumb down their detection AI, but that doesn't feel very fair. It already has
yeah.
its struggles since they're basically multiplayer bots, is the gameplay. Let me introduce you to a starter weapon SMG. It has 2 fire modes, full auto, and full auto.
I'll take the full auto.
This
I'll
could
take the
be
full
best
auto.
game ever made.
Or the worst games ever made. Oh my god, you can lean! You can lean! Jesus, oh my god. Rain them hell, boys! Rain down the hell! Rain down them
The combat in
hell.
this game is so much fun. Every single power you get
looks
can be
so
hotkeeyed
fun, though.
individually. If that sounds like too much, there is a radial menu you can use. Either way, the
Oh.
controls are incredibly tight and responsive. Every single weapon kicks like a mule and feels powerful. The top tier weapon is a revolver. You don't see that too often. Plus, it doesn't need research or high stats. You can even wield it or any other handgun with a sword. You won't even care how
Isn't
stupid it looks.
the
because it's so
sheriff in every game powerful? Like legit? Like if you think of like Cassidy and Overwatch, like the sheriff like 1 taps. Valorant sheriff 1 taps. The Deagle, like it's like in Apex, the wingman is like the wingman is technically the sheriff. Like in how do you say it? Yeah, or like I'll go stretch here. Okay, I'll go on on a big stretch here. Jin from League of Legends. He basically has a rifle. He basically have a goddamn massive like revolver in his hand. He can only fire 4 shots. That's it. But yeah, I feel like every like revolver, like sheriff or like anything like that, like Western style guns for like they only have 6 bullets, are like should be the most powerful thing in the game.
fun.
Or
I
like
mean, as the game
equivalent to
would
like
say, bully
Desert
weed.
Eagle or
So
something.
this game can be a blast, but again, it's an RPG, so there's some finer details and some problems. Some people stop early in the game because they don't know they can turn into Samurai Jack flying around in the Matrix. I know because I'm one of them. I had tried playing this game twice before
Really?
and only got a few levels in each time. So here's what's happening. The game uses a
Oh,
grid-based
shit. Hold on.
inventory
Give me a
system.
second.
As long as you have space, you can have any weapon equipped and all the ammunition for it. However, the more you're carrying, the slower you'll be. Equipping heavier armor and carrying bigger weapons will make this even worse. And like I said before, these maps are enormous. Sprinting depletes the same resources you use for magic, or powers, whatever
I
they
will
are.
call you
Either way,
out.
you don't want that yellow bar to be empty. You can crouch down to recharge energy even faster, but it's still pretty slow when you're starting out. This is a section from the end of the first tutorial map. Look how far you have to climb
Oh
down.
my
Look at
god.
this walkway.
I would
There's not a
fucking
set piece
break
being
someone's
shown off.
neck,
There's
man.
no enemies here. It's just needlessly long. In the first city mission, you might have to cross the map 4 to 5 times. The ends of some of these
Wait, can
hallways
you
don't-
not sprint or something? During the I get you get free about the ladder thing, but like the bridge, can you just run or is there stamina?
don't even render. That's how far you're going to be walking around. I usually don't mind this if there's a lot of atmosphere or things to find.
Oh, there's
but
energy
nah,
bar
it's
in the
just
in the
silly.
corner,
There's
so
an
that's
alternate
maybe.
path in the tutorial where you don't have to fight any enemies, but I'm kind of convinced it's a prank. You crawl around in kilometers of vents, you jump down the Tower of Terror, you climb up the biggest ladder in the game.
What a thrill! Yes.
More crawling, more vents, and guess where it spits you out? At the same side of the walkway you would have taken if you'd gone around normally. Who does this? E.Y.E basically has the long way and the longer way. So even if you start the game with really high agility and wear light armor, you still need to put points in those cyber legs. Then the problem isn't as bad.
They'll race behind you. They will stumble.
What? What's this cinematic ass fucking
Time. They will join you in the sun.
cinematic ass fucking
You'll help them
scene?
accomplish wonders.
Damn!
It's gonna be a while before you're
That's
there,
it.
though.
That's the
I
build
also
up.
know some people who are turned off by the death system. Besides losing health, there are other effects you can have, like going insane or hallucinating. But you can perform
I'm
maintenance on yourself to
hallucinating.
fix it for an energy cost. Out of everything, you seem the most likely to break your legs. That slows you down, so you really don't want that.
How
When
are
in
you
doubt,
breaking
just
your
press
legs?
the
Oh
button
yeah,
until
because
the
you
game
jump a lot.
confirms your legs are okay. Because if you play through this with broken legs, you're gonna have a really bad time. You can also heal yourself or others with medkits to regain health, but don't use it too early. You can overdose on them and die. It's amazing. You can always die directly the old-fashioned way from some bullets. But there's also a minigame for hacking. You can hack almost anything. Instead of just holding X to hack, you basically play a turn-based strategy game. There's some big benefits to hacking, but if you fail, your cyber eyes might get taken over, or the security system will fry your brain and you'll die instantly. When you die,
I don't like that.
Resurrector will activate. This will get your body
this
back
is
up
a
where it
double barrel
was.
shotgun.
If you manage to run out of resurrectors, it'll kick you out of the level and shove you into a dream again. But then it'll pick up your mission from a checkpoint. At first, I thought this seemed way too easy.
Wait, could that just be a dream? Wait, what? Yeah, wait, hold on.
But these resurrects don't always go smoothly. There's a chance of something bad happening, which depends on a karma
Wait, hold on,
system,
let me
which,
check.
frankly, I don't understand. But if this is triggered, or if you die in a way where your body can't be
Oh,
resurrected
this story
where it
in the
lies,
at the
you
end.
get a
Okay,
fatal wound.
got it.
There's a few kinds of these, and they can stack, and they are permanent stat debuffs. So if someone is exceptionally bad at the game, their stats can be reduced down to it's basically unplayable. That's a good incentive.
That's me.
to
That's
not
gonna be
die.
me.
The only way to cure them is with researches down the tech tree. They're fairly rare, expensive, take a long time to research. There's a different one for each fatal wound. So a clumsy player only interested in the story isn't going to get very far. Unless they bring a friend.
I see.
Fucking how high.
Oh my god, you can play multiplayer in this game?
This high.
Are they saying that in English for you?
Yeah, perfect English. Dude,
Perfect
it's
English.
No, dude, I'm telling you, it's.
I
doing
think
it in my language for me.
I think his friend is high, man. Chat. I don't know, but I think his friend is high.
You guys ever played Silent Hill?
Why is he dual wielding hammers?
This game can be completely played in co-op. It has a 32 player limit.
32.
32. You can use your character from single player and multiplayer, so you're building up your character for both modes no matter what you're playing. If you're doing a campaign mode, only one person can get dialogue
30
at a
fucking
time,
two,
so the
man.
fun is fighting off hordes of difficult enemies. I was surprised that the co-op multiplayer is still alive. When I played on public servers, there were still random people coming in and out. There are also competitive multiplayer modes, but all the ones I saw were dead. The single player can be fun, but the
that makes
multiplayer is
sense.
even better. Ultimately, I think this game's greatest strength is giving you a fun set of powers to play with in a big playground. So for all its issues, how is the story? Without spoilers, I'll say it's interesting and something that works best in a video game. But bad translation is a problem, and that fan patch doesn't fix things. So if you're ready to embark upon the cycles of guilt, keep watching. Otherwise, go to this time to skip spoilers. You good? Okay. If I
Yeah,
had to
skipping
describe
spoiler.
the
Oh
plot
no,
visually,
I'm
it
not
would
gonna
be
play this game, so.
Not what I expected. So here's the details. Throughout the game, Commander Rimina sends you on your missions, but most of them are about sabotaging the GN. You often disguise yourself as
GN?
one. Setting off terrorist attacks or assassinating people is one of them. This is the Commander's way of trying to demonize them so they can be removed. But there are a lot of things that don't add up throughout this. Your mentor seems pretty suspicious of what you and the Commander are up to, but he doesn't do anything about it. He seems interested in finding out things for himself, but seems kind of powerless to do anything about the events. In a way, so are you. A character died in front of me at one point, but then appeared again the next mission like nothing happened.
Ah,
He
must
just
have been a
says,
win,
"I'm
huh?"
here sooner than you expected, huh? But then he's just killed again. You can save
What?
him in the previous mission, but not this one. He dies no matter what. This doesn't make sense, but characters are acknowledging this is happening. There are conflicting reports about characters being alive or dead. People are speculating on the nature of reality.
It's just
People are
bad
marketing
coding, huh?
monologue a lot. There's also a few chatty, non-hostile demons. Some just tell stories, but the one who talked about his cycles of guilt is probably the most relevant. After you talk to the God Emperor on Mars.
Oh my
he's
god,
on
why are you on
only
crouch
have
and
three main
crotch
options
level?
to choose from. Following your commander's orders means killing off your mentor, followed by assaulting the GN temple with your culter allies Order 66 style, until other culters come and say you're betraying the organization and that Rimina is rogue. And you know, that leads to the best line in the game. It's debatable. No matter what ending you choose, whether it's helping your mentor, the commander, or the
My
Federation,
God.
it always at temple. No
My
matter
Steam
what,
list.
you have to kill Rimina. The
Hope you're
credits
having
to
a
the
great
game
day,
are on an
Blob.
altar in the room where he dies. But when you leave it, you're taken back to the temple. People basically tell you that his office has been empty for years. But if you go back to the room where you killed him, there's a portal that leads to the weird dream. Your commander, the mentor, and a character only known as Mysterious are there. They ask you about learning anything and consequences and the nature of reality. When you leave this
Mysterious
dream, guess
man.
where you are. It threw you into New Game Plus.
What?
The only way to get the true ending is to beat the game 3 times with each ending with the same character. So I just went ahead and
Oh, what
did
the
that.
fuck?
Each playthrough basically lets you play through one new map. Before you fight the commander, a mysterious character will appear and give you a new psi power. When you restart a game a third time, there's a portal in the
like
cave
that.
that takes you to the true ending. Now here's where things get really odd. One of the demon
Let's get
enemies
odd.
is there, but this time it's a character. She says you should recognize her, but that your guilt prevents you from doing so. What's this all about? She says that you're trapped in your cycles of guilt. And unless you're paying attention to the side babbling of some characters, you're not going to know what's happening. There's a character in the temple who's not flagged for importance called the Traveler of Worlds. There was a high priestess who was a wife of an important member of the order, but she decided to dick around and explore the forbidden zone beneath the temple. He then explains that, as punishment, his husband had her eyes put out and then she was tortured to death. It
Oh.
sounds like the recurring enemy. If you decide to find your mentor and talk to him between missions, he mentions talking to your wife. You never see her, and as far as I know, it's the only mention of her. The Traveler mentions that the husband was forever changed by this. So the game isn't literally what's happening. You,
Yeah.
the mentor, and the commander are the
Dream?
same person. You're the one
What?
who's trapped in the cycles of guilt.
Oh.
A really basic high school philosophy lesson is the allegory of the cave. If you've never heard it, to summarize it, some people raised in a cave think shadows on the wall are reality.
Oh.
Except unlike that story,
Oh.
you never leave the cave. You're always in the cave. This dude was right about everything. After I did
Oh.
some looking up on the
What the
concept, it turns out it's a Far Eastern thing. It's like reincarnation, but related to Buddhism and, if you change 2 letters around, it sounds like something else.
Oh.
In fact, there's a lot of anagrams in this game. I learned about all these other
It
connections
is.
after talking with veteran players because I couldn't find that off the top of my
Damn.
head. All I caught was the
Secret
cave
secret
thing,
hidden
spotted by the
eggs,
wife.
man.
So
Hidden
how does that end?
Easter
Well,
eggs,
you can
Easter
choose to
eggs.
pass beyond the frontier
Or like
to try and
just
find
weirdly
peace. Peace
named.
looks like this dump. There's nothing else here. You have to quit out by yourself. And your wife warned you not to break the seal. So if you break the seal, you escape the isolation back into the cycles of guilt. I think there's a few things that could
again.
have happened here. The developers might have had a substance-filled night of playing 40k games and then had some kind of spiritual experience, or they just lacked the assets. And
They
budget
were
to
on
make
some
a really
shrooms,
good,
man.
Long games. They just found a way to repeat it and make it interesting.
They were on some
Either way,
shrooms.
I haven't seen something like this in a game before, but I got dangerously close to doing an actual story analysis there, so I have to read this. Rimina's deep and multi-layered character compellingly contextualizes the rest of the experience, making it truly memorable. I feel so sick.
What the
In the
fuck?
End, Divine Cybermancy is the roughest gem there ever was, but it's still a gem. It's still not a game I
It
can
sounds like a
recommend
gem
everyone.
though. The
It took me
gameplay
a
is
few tries
nice.
to get
Story is
into it.
confusing
If
but
you're willing to
interesting.
pass a sheer cliff of a learning and story curve, you might have a good time with it.
The
It's
strategies is
definitely
nice
worth
as
it for the
well.
co-op alone. On Steam, it goes for $10 full price.
Oh.
For someone like me, that was more than worth it. For the next video, I'm still looking
Oh
at the
really? It's
quests.
worth it.
I still
Okay.
need some time with
If they say it's worth it, then I might try it.
Maybe a really long time. So until then, keep giving me ideas of what you want to see. Thanks for watching.
Oh my god, that was creative. The developers of this game is very creative. I've never seen a story like that before. Not to my knowledge, because it does seem very fun. Then the gameplay is fun too, like how you say it? The game mechanic. Yeah, gameplay mechanic where how you like upgrade. Not like some games, like if you go detail to detail, some games only have a head, like each arm, each legs, and a chest. This game has heart. Like you can customize your heart. And I don't know how. Yeah, you can customize your ribs as well. You can customize your muscles. Not to mention you can customize your jeans. This game seems really fun. I'm putting this on my list. I'm putting this game on my list.